The 3rd-year anniversary for Sonic Frontiers has just passed us, and with the Game Awards weeks away, excitement and anticipation for the first announcement for Frontiers' sequel feels palpable throughout the community. Some are more anxious, some are more hyped, but I feel like everyone is ready to see what Sonic Team has in store for the future of 3D Sonic. I can't speak for everybody, but I will say for myself, it feels really good going into the hype cycle of a new Sonic game and not having a lot of reservations or worries. I understand why other people will and do. It's the Sonic fanbase. I'm well aware that people love to get their Doom post on. But I think this game is going to be really damn good, and I have the higher expectation that it will be because of how great Sonic X Shadow Generations was, because of how much fun Sonic Racing CROSSWORLDS has been. We're seeing all of these successes around the franchise, and we're all ready to see that be invested into the next new main adventure. One of Frontiers' main criticisms wasn't just the poppin', but the art direction as a whole had a repeated critique that it didn't feel Sonic-y enough, that it should have felt more animated and vibrant. Interested to see how they take that feedback and what they choose to do, and what worlds and places they take Sonic and Friends to next. I also just wanted to say in general, because I know that people have different policies when it comes to leaks, I'm definitely going to be very careful when it comes to covering leaks for Sonic Frontiers 2. For example, Daniel RPK has been pretty on it, and he has been actually gunslinging recently when it comes to his announcements. There's been a lot of stuff regarding Sonic Movie 4, a new animated series, which we've all been theorizing, but it's cool to see that it is in development and that it should be coming in the next few years. But after the whole Midori situation and how weird that whole thing got, I'm just going to be very careful when it comes to covering leaks for this game. Unless I personally feel it has a 90% or more chance of being accurate, I won't be covering it. I want to ensure that all of my coverage for this game is as accurate as possible and the best it can be, not just for my own personal sanity, but because I don't want to waste any of your guys' time and you deserve the best. Another thing I wanted to bring up, because we're talking about the sequel to Sonic Frontiers, Morio Kishimoto got promoted, so congratulations to him. He was credited in Sonic Racing CROSSWORLDS as being under studio management now, so he's no longer the director for just 3D Sonic, but now has supervision of the whole studio. I think that's much deserved. Kishimoto has been there for a minute. When that man gets to cook, when he has a specific vision and idea in mind for what he wants Sonic to be and where he wants Sonic to go, we get some great things when Morio Kishimoto is at the helm and he has the people and tools around him to realize his vision. And people have been talking about the slew of tweets and interactions that he had in the fan base when he was taking feedback for the DLCs for Sonic Frontiers, as well as feedback for what people wanted to see in the future. This one in particular really stuck out to me as something that I think is going to be a big piece for the sequel. When talking about the spin dash and the boost formula, he had the comment that I have a feeling that I want to challenge the level design without boost like the Adventure series. After all, the Adventure series is still legendary. I don't think this was an offhand statement. I really think that Morio Kishimoto wants to go back to the adventure style of movement, and I think this game has a high chance of being the first one that slowly starts moving away from the boost formula and going back to the acceleration of movement that we saw in the first 2 adventure games and in Sonic Advance 2. I'm not against it whatsoever. I think that if there was any game that needed to get the most feedback from the fan base on what they want for the future, it needed to be Frontiers, considering how popular it got. And I think everyone just wants to see what feedback they took most from the fan base. What are the good things that were in Sonic Frontiers and Shadow Generations, as well as new themes, worlds, and ideas to further push things forward. We've also started to get little imagery pieces for what the iconography of the 35th anniversary celebration is going to look like, and a lot of the imagery and logos highlight the Master Emerald as a key piece. I think that makes perfect sense. It was one of the few lingering threads amongst all of the lore building for Sonic Frontiers where we know who the Ancients are, we know where the Chaos Emeralds came from, but we don't know about the origins of the Master Emerald. We just see a brief glimpse of it in one of the flashbacks. So fingers crossed we get to see that plot thread continued, as well as a narrative that can give the boy Knuckles some more time to shine. And lastly, I think the big thing that we should talk about in regards to the sequel to Sonic Frontiers is a lot of the rumored speculation has suggested that this sequel has a planned window for the fall of 2026. Unfortunately,
Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed till November 19th, 2026.
Why doesn't God exist?
I'm sorry?
How could he see such horrific events on the planet and not intervene?
We're still talking about a game, right?
Shh, do you hear that? I hear Traffic calling my name. It wants me to play with him. I'm coming, Traffic.
Brother, sit down. What are you doing?
I got my wife pregnant in September, so she would give birth in May. That way I can get paternity leave and play the game all day and night. And then they delayed it. What the hell did you just say? Did you get that idea off Twitter? Forget the game, boss. You need therapy. What's more therapeutic than firing a rocket launcher into a crowd of people in 4K? FBI, he's right.
I don't know how Sega's gonna respond to this. They didn't seem to budge when they put Sonic Superstars in between Spider-Man 2 and Mario Wonder. And Superstars is in such a weird case because the stats have shown that it sold really well, but also there was an executive that said that it didn't meet their expectations, which I think is delusional, that they had higher expectations than what we've seen for a fully priced 2D Sonic game. But we've seen that people around the industry, when Grand Theft Auto 6 was already delayed into the summer of 2026, that publishers and developers were already moving their games to dodge that release window. But now that Rockstar has planted their flag and said that they are claiming the fall and holiday window of 2026, are we going to see people shift things again? And are Sega and Sonic team going to budge or still plan on releasing Sonic Frontiers 2 in the October-November window that they love so much? I think they still will, because I think they're confident of how much people are going to show up. I think whatever release date they have planned, they're going to stick to their guns. They did it with Superstars, they did it with CROSSWORLDS. I think they would still do the same even with the power of GTA 6. And also at this point, considering how many times it's gotten delayed, it would not surprise me if Grand Theft Auto 6 unfortunately gets delayed again beyond November 19th, 2026, which would be a shame. Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed long enough and people are chomping at the bit to play that game, but Grand Theft Auto fans, take it from a guy who loves a franchise that is still reeling from the consequences of releasing games when they weren't ready. Let them take their time. Rushing a game's development has never made it better, and I mean that for the sequel to Frontiers as well. If Sonic Team deems it that they need more time, I hope they get that. But I feel like the Game Awards is the biggest stage and opportunity they will have to announce it, and it seems like from everything we've been hearing, that development on this sequel has been going great and is on track for the rumored release dates. But let me know down below, what are you excited about most for Sonic Frontiers 2? Do you still have any anxiety and hesitations personally? I think that's totally valid if you do. And if Frontiers 2 is indeed planned for an October or November release next year, do you think they will budge against Grand Theft Auto 6? Okay, I just saw this trailer as I'm putting the finishing touches on this video. Yes, I have seen the new free DLC confirmations for Sonic Racing CROSSWORLDS. We knew Nights and I were coming, and I've known this one for a little bit, but oh my god, it is so validating that Tangle and Whisper are going to be in Sonic Racing CROSSWORLDS. I'm gonna have a big 3 months later video about CROSSWORLDS and how much I love it in the next few weeks, but just wanted to get that out there. So happy that my girl's in a proper Sonic Team game. So happy about that. Thank you for watching. Love y'all. Have a blessed one.